snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing just you and me. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day. Oh, a Merry Christmas Day. Oh, we're chasing snowflakes as they're falling down, and follow Rudolph all across the town. Later we meet under the mistletoe, while Santa's busy saying ho, ho, ho. We're feeling jolly, eating Christmas cake, and then we go skating on the frozen lake, saying hi to every friendly face, and later we warm up by the fireplace. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day.
Oh, that's a little bone. That's not what I expected to find in my fried chicken. I'm not beating the allegations, am I? Oh no. Merry almost Christmas, everyone. Let me turn that down a little bit. There we go. Nope, that's not how that works. Did I win a free rat? I didn't know there was a competition for free rats. I'm going to be honest with you. Makes it extra crunchy? It does. It does. It does. Merry Christmas, everyone. Or happy holidays, or whatever you feel like. Oh, goodness. I hope everyone is having a good day. Good evening. I definitely am. I'm home from work now. Thankfully, I got help today. Otherwise, I would not have been done until probably like right around now. And so, I'm glad that my boss was like, everybody's going to help everybody get done. Do we still get the camel? Yes, you do.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Eventually, I'll remake this.
Ronnie,
Not
how happy
today.
are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico?
Friday.
I'd say happier than a camel on Wednesday.
Hump day!
Get happy.
Yeah.
Get 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Happy hump day, though. I hope you guys are having a good one. It is Christmas Eve. By the way, I should let people know we are still planning to do Under the Tea tomorrow, me and Mizu. So if you're interested, me and Mizu are going to be doing that. Some people asked, and the answer is yes. Because what else would you do on Christmas night? You know? There's nothing else that we would probably do. You know? Twice in 1 week, the camel's eating good. She is. She do be eating good, yes. But no, I felt like to make up for yesterday, and because I was planning on doing stuff tonight anyway, we would do some chill stuff. So if you want to watch me and Ava for the first time go play Arc Raiders, that'll be in a couple hours. And I think Mizu's going to join us as well. So if you're interested in that, that's coming in a few hours. Okay. If you've got family obligations, if you're busy, it's your night. I totally understand if you're not like wanting to stick around. I'm not going to get upset at you. Okay, that's what the VOD is for. Did I see the Christmas Yippee gif? Technically, that is a Christmas Doro gif where the Doro is abusing the Yippee. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that. You know what's funny is Gabby and I were talking. Gabby told me that they intentionally like made the Occo Yippee or the Occo Doro. She gave her Gabby gave them a bigger dumpy, and I was like, "Well, you made the Yippee Doro a whore." Then I was like, "Okay." Have I seen the new Space Kings episode? Was it released today? If it was today, then the answer is no. The answer would definitely be no. But if it was released like a week or two ago, the answer is yes. Bimbofied? Well, she just has a bigger dumpy. As you all know, though, I feel like it is worth saying, but as a contractual member of the Yippies, the Yippee Guild, I have to say that I disavow any Doros, no matter how inviting they might be, towards Yippies, and I would recommend that all Yippies avoid Doros to avoid any extra curricular activities with them, especially since some of them are trying new tactics in order to get attention. And the yippies are not interested. I believe most of them are. I'm sure that there's... Oh, goodness, sorry. I'm sure that there is a few yippies that will be persuaded. And we will not tolerate such a thing. So if you are a yippie and you're caught cavorting with a Doro, you will probably be punished. Okay? Just saying. Akko Todoro, you are not to date my daughter. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, goodness. Okay. So, today, we are celebrating a couple of different things. Okay. We're celebrating a couple of things. One of them being the beautiful Griftmas that excuse me, Candace Owens is a part of, and I say that because it's just incredibly funny. Okay, it's just incredibly funny, and I'm interested in sharing it. I was gonna share it yesterday, but we didn't have time. We didn't have time because excuse me, because of Caleb Hammer. For those that are interested, I have not finished those videos because I was just so pissed off at them. Chances are probably won't. Probably won't. If I do, it'll be on camera, and if I don't do it on camera, I probably just won't finish it. Gonna be real with you. Gonna be real with you. Just saying. Oh, hold on a moment. Sorry, Ava messaged me. It was infuriating. Indeed it was. Indeed it was. Today I kind of just spent the day not listening to that. I was listening to a couple of other things, honestly. And I'm still trying to rebuild my algorithm, trying to refine things. You know, it's kind of crazy how much you end up forgetting what you watched when you had so many subs. And so I'm just trying to refine all the things I subscribed to. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Has the secure bunker been compromised? I don't think so. Although I think that Ava is okay to come out tonight because, you know, I would say that she's probably safe after tonight. Elf bribery can get you on the naughty list. Very true. Very true, very true, very true. Okay. So, without, you know, kind of like further ado, we can jump into the stuff. Oh, but first, thank you for sponsoring the landlords.
The landlords have been tipped $10 by @WolfsPain Hassan Disrespecter.
Very much appreciated.
Merry Christmas, Akko in chat. We're celebrating another Candace Owens Griftmas. The first one happened back when she tried to create a docs list in like 2013 to 2014 when she was a leftist.
Yes. We'll be celebrating tonight. And I didn't know actually that people did a Griftmas back then. It's kind of funny. There's a lot of things that you miss when you know, you're involved but also not involved with things like Gamergate. Like when you tangentially pay attention to it, but not as much, you tend to forget a whole lot of stuff. Some of the Candace Owens stuff for sure. I I think I forget. Oh, goody. My schedule came out for next week. That's good to know. That's good to know. That's good to know. Okay. I'll pay attention to that later. How am I doing? I'm doing good. We're going to laugh. We're going to laugh at grifters tonight. All right? We're going to laugh at grifters tonight because believe it or not, Candace Owens has not stopped. Won't stop, can't stop. The self-imposed grift. At this point, I think that she is... I think she's being, like, intentionally bad. Either she is so far deluded, and this could very well be possible, and, you know, I'll let you decide which is more depressing. She is either so far deluded with what she has, what she believes, that she is just deep down a rabbit hole of nasty, or she is being malicious and trying to drag random ass people down for no reason, and also apparently allegedly having individuals on that don't pay their child support. We'll talk about that tonight. Oh fuck, this'll be fun. Chat, this'll be fun. Did you guys know that Candace Owens doesn't do any research, or she hopes that you don't do any research? Oh boy, tonight is gonna be so much fun. I am excited with this. I am so fucking excited with this here. All right, so excited. Okay, we are. Let's see. We are gonna start. I want to say, like, so much has happened within literally the last 24 hours that, like, I could have almost done an entire stream just covering the initial thing plus the response, but because I'm only giving myself about an hour and a half, 2 hours tonight, we're just gonna, like, fly through some of this. And oh man, research is for non-believers. Yeah, something like that. So we're gonna go through as much as I can today. And somebody found I found something, because now my feed is like a mixture of Candace Owens. It's like I'm trying to keep the politics off because I don't care about the politics, all right? But Candace Owens is not, like, inherently political. She is, like, kind of her own little sphere, if that makes sense. And so while I'm kind of, like, staying mostly clear of politics, I do have her as, like, a mainstay, and then I have VTuber drama, and then I have regular drama, you know, all of the stuff, all of the fun stuff. But somebody, I saw this on my For You page, and I'm very glad I did, and I decided to pull it up, because this is something that this is something that just, like, oh fuck, this was funny to read, because I didn't know. I didn't like okay, people had joked, and I thought it was mostly a prank, or just like an over exaggeration. But I think this is where they get I think this is where they get the claim. Excuse me. Okay. So one of the claims that people are saying that she made is that the killer oh man, this just it gets way more depressing every single time like every single time I have to relitigate what we're talking about, because sometimes, you know, the disrespect is so far removes it. You need to remember that we're talking about basically, I was about to say JFK. I wouldn't consider it, like, I mean, like, it is an assassination like JFK, but I wouldn't consider Charlie Kirk to be on the level of JFK, because he was a different kind of guy. But we're basically talking about an assassination that a lot of people are very freaked out with. And sometimes you have to remember that everything that Candace Owens is doing right now is in the name of her alleged lost lover who never married her, Charlie Kirk. Okay? All of this, allegedly, is in the name of Charlie Kirk. So, again, I ask you to think of that because it helps to stabilize the idea that this is just kind of gross, you know? You know, every single time, and again, as somebody who, like, is okay with people making money when you talk about things or serious things, I don't mind if people, like, talk about things or maybe a little bit sensational when they talk about things, because everybody does that. That's kind of how it works. But there's levels to what is acceptable, and I feel like Candace kind of jumped off the wagon for the acceptableness quite a long time ago, in my personal opinion. So, again, just as a reminder for people that may forget, all right? And I would not hate you if you forgot that this all stems back to her questioning the story behind who actually killed Charlie Kirk. Again, this is just important to remember. But this individual here pointed out, and I can't remember when they posted this. I think this was, this was a couple days ago, 2 days ago. All right, 2 days ago. This individual posts a tweet that was like over a month. It's over a month old. All right. At this point, it's over a month old. Where they're showing some of the old claims by Candace Owens. And I would encourage people, if you find this funny, to research and like pay attention to off camera, like me. I would encourage you to kind of like just save some of these things like in the back of your head, or maybe like save them as like as a bookmark, because you'll see that as time goes on, Candace Owens just evolves the story more and more and more, to the point where it feels like Alex Jones would and he does. You know, it's just kind of like he blushes at the idea that somebody could be more of a conspiracy theorist than he is. And we will be playing some of Alex Jones tonight as much as I can, because he actually, I think what's really funny is Alex Jones Alex Jones comes out and he's like, I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna have to put you down, ma'am. I'm gonna have to put you down. In regards to Candace Owens. And he's like, I love her, she's a great friend, but I'm going to have to debunk Candace Owens because what she's doing is actually like damaging to the conservative movement. But anyway, so this is an old tweet of Candace Owens, and I'm going to read it. And we're going to break it down. And I just think this whole schizobabble is absolutely insane. At least she knows how to format her tweets correctly, but the whole schizobabble here is absolutely insane. Okay. So this was on 11/21, so just over 30 days ago. Urgent with the red emoji. 2 days ago, I was contacted by a high-ranking employee of the French government. And by the way, I have to pause immediately. All right, I am pausing immediately to remind you guys. All right, Candace Owens thinks that her life is in danger by the French government. All right. Those who don't know, Candace Owens at one point, and this was something that like I heard and then completely wrote off because I thought it was just like, you know, crazy psychobabble woman that used to be at the Daily Wire. Don't care about her. Okay. But Candace Owens actually believes that the Macrons, which is the family that's like at the head of the... Oh, thank you, Marshall, for the raid. Welcome. We're talking about crazy people right now. You might enjoy listening, so welcome. But anyway, you might remember that Candace Owens is in hot water with the French government right now because she decided to come out and say that the Macrons, all right, the leaders of the French government, the wife of the husband is actually secretly a man. She was basically pulling an Obama, a Michelle Obama is basically the allegation. And she, like, for days and weeks, it felt like, would go on tirades on her stream begging the French president's wife to just show her baby pictures. One of the weirdest things in the world. Just show your baby pictures. Just show your baby pictures. Prove that you're actually a woman. Just prove you're actually a woman. And if you don't show your baby pictures, you're not a woman. And it's just like, listen, right now, I understand the whole, like, making fun. I understand why some people make fun of trans people, and, like, some of them definitely don't make it easy on themselves. Sorry. But, like, this is one of those things where Candace takes the farthest, like, way of doing things and just goes so deep over the deep end that it's, like, insanity. To the point where I am surprised that there is no lawsuits or some sort of... Well, granted, it is French in America, so I don't know how much you can really, like, do anything about that. But it's just kind of, like, insane to me, the amount of psychobabble that she is willing to go through to try and push the point home that the Macrons are a trans couple, essentially. Like, now, to be completely fair, I don't care either way. If the wife of the Macron, the Macron wife, if she's actually trans, don't care. I've heard that apparently she isn't trans, but she was his teacher, and he married his teacher. And you know what? That's a different kind of degenerate, in my personal opinion. But you know what? French people have their own kind of degenerate. I don't really care. As long as as long as they started dating when he was an adult, I really don't give a shit, you know? I don't give a shit, you know? But Candace seems to think that this is, like, a very big important point. So much so that again, when this tweet came out a month ago, she decided to rope in the French government that she's already beefing with as part of the Charlie Kirk assassination plot. Now, I don't know if she posted any pictures of proof from this, which, by the way, she never posts any pictures. No proof ever showing her claims. All right, she has never shown any proof or claims for anything. Or if she does show something, it is completely bullshit, which, by the way, we will show some of that tonight. But she here, we'll continue on saying here. Long explanation for me to continue on saying. Continue on, she says, quote, after determining this person's position and proximity to the French couple, being the Macrons, I have deemed the information they gave me to be credible enough to share publicly in the event that something happens. Maybe to her. In short, this person claims that the Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination. Oh, fuck. You know, I don't believe anybody should be killed. I think everybody deserves to die of natural causes, all right? I don't believe this. I don't believe that this is happening. But by the same token, with how insane she's been, maybe I would believe it. I'm going to be real with you. Maybe they do want you dead because of how the reputational harm you've done to them. Don't think it should happen, but that is insane. But, spoiler alert, somehow this ties back to Charlie Kirk and Israel. Spoiler alert. This isn't just the French government. This is the Israeli government and the U.S. government all, like, working together to take down Candace Owens. Continuing on, she says, yes, you read that correctly. Yes, I am. More specifically, that the green light was given to a small team and a national gendarmerie intervention group. I'm told there's one Israeli that is on this assassination squad, and the plans were formalized. So not only are the French people gonna kill her, but fucking Ben Shapiro's cousin is gonna help kill her too. For exposing the truth. Oh, the French and the Israelis are coming together to kill one black woman. Merry Christmas, by the way. Oh, agents of Mossad and the French government, yes. Holy fuck. Again, this person provided concrete proof that they are well placed within the French government apparatus. Proof that she won't show, by the way. Further to this point, this person claims that Charlie Kirk's assassination... I forgot how this tied right back to Charlie Kirk. Further to this point, this person claims that Charlie Kirk's assassin trained with... It's hard to read. I'm sorry. Charlie Kirk's assassin trained with the French Legion's 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement. Okay. So not only is an assassin coming after her, but an assassin from the same fucking... She's trying to say that the French people killed Charlie Kirk. Okay? Okay? The French people killed Charlie Kirk. But then when Ben Shapiro came after her during Amfest, then Ben Shapiro also killed Charlie Kirk. And she called him many very anti-Semitic things that I don't feel comfortable with saying on camera. Maybe I'll let her say them, but you know. Journalist Javier Poussard's life is also at risk. This is deadly serious. The head of the state of France apparently wants us both dead and has authorized professional units to carry this out. I ask every person retweet and share this. I don't know who in the American government can be trusted since the source claims our leaders are aware. So Donald J. Trump knows and endorses that Candace Owens gets killed. French fries. Yes. Oh. I have more specific information, which is definitely verifiable. That's something she says verifiable a lot, chat, by the way. A lot. Oh. And, you know, this tweet goes on, but you basically get the gist. So the gist is that Candace Owens believes that the French government killed Charlie Kirk, and because she also decided to poke fun at the fact that the French government has allegedly a trans man as their first woman, they also want her dead too. Okay, that is how insane she's been. By the way, this was a month ago. And as far as I know, Candace Owens hasn't been assassinated yet. Candace Owens has not been assassinated yet. So I don't think you know, maybe she will. Maybe some sort of maybe she will maybe it'll happen in the new year. God only knows, you know. It's definitely verifiable. Is Candace Owens my girlfriend goes to another school? Probably. Oh fuck. It's just yeah, it's insanity. It's insanity. So, do you guys remember? Do you guys remember when Candace Owens excuse me. Do you remember when Candace Owens had a alleged, and I say alleged because there's no way, when Candace Owens had an alleged guy that saw at Fort Huachuca, which is in Arizona, okay? She had a guy on, all right, that saw the assassination plot. And a lot of government officials, Amfest officials, maybe even Candace herself was like all part of this meeting. Oh. So, we kind of called it when we were talking about it. but the guy is a complete and total fraud. There is no way that he said or did what he said. At the very least, this guy was at some point at Fort Huachuca, which is in Arizona, maybe. And in fact, based off of what she decides to show, I'm willing to believe that maybe he did go to Fort Huachuca. However, excuse me, I don't believe it. Okay, I don't believe it. And we'll get into it. All right? We'll get into it. So, chat, would you like to see the incident report that Candace Owens claims is the bombshell proof that this guy was actually there? I think you do. I think you do. So, chat. And as somebody who worked in security and had to write reports and had to submit to police sometimes for those reports, I'm going to tell you right now, I think this is a little bullshit, okay? Sorry. Give me one moment. Oh, excuse me. So let's read this incident report. Now, chat, I want you to vote. Press 1 if you totally 100% believe this. Press 2 if you think that this is bullshit. Now, don't start voting until you actually feel like you've listened to enough. Okay? Don't say anything until you feel like you've seen enough. But we're gonna read this. So, this.
From MommaOcco.
Thank you for the 5.
At Campo Mambo send $4.99 for more hats. The French got Charlie with a 30-06 baguette and are going to force Candace to eat Macron's French sausage. It all makes sense now.
Do the French even make sausages? I'm curious. I don't know. Anyway, let's read this. Executive summary. On Tuesday, September 9th, 2025 at 11:17, the Fort Huachuca Military Police Station was notified by Daniel Head, CW2 JTF SWB, of a suspicious individual at the Southwest Border Mission Headquarters, Building 70525. OFC Navajo 210, OFC Johnstone. Okay, so these are the officers. So Officer my gosh, I can't speak. Officer Navarro, Officer Johnstone, and Sergeant McClasson were dispatched. Upon arrival, patrol spoke with CW2 Daniel Head, who had stated that the individual entered the building with a backpack, making concerning comments. The bag that was taken and away and placed outside on the north side of the building, the backpack was taken, and called the police to report the incident. Sergeant McClasson requested K9 to sniff the bag and the vehicle, a gray in color Chevy Equinox plate, and there's the Equinox plate, for the odor of explosives. Officer Navarro and Johnstone made contact with the individual identified as Mr. Michael Snow from his Washington driver's license. Mr. Snow stated that he used to work in the Joint Task Force in the 80s while he was in the Army. Mr. Snow also stated that he was threatened by cartels and that he needed to talk to someone about it. Oh boy. Inv Olmos and Inv Carlson arrived on scene and requested the building number 75025. Hold on a moment. Hold on. That's 70525. This is 75025. Maybe just a clerical error. Who knows? To be evacuated due to the suspicious package. The building was evacuated and patrol secured both entrances to the area. Chief Davidson also arrived on scene to assist. K9 SPC Hayes arrived on scene and conducted sniffs on the bag, the Chevy Equinox, in building 70525 with negative findings. Inv Olamos and Inv Carlson transported Mr. Snow to the MPI officer for further investigations. This is the final report. So this is an officer who wrote this report. Allegedly. Now, chat, here's my problem with this. Candace claims that this is 100%, 110%. This right here is undeniable proof that this man was there. Okay? Undeniable proof that this man was at Fort Huachuca on September 9th of this year. Now, I have a couple problems with this. Just a few. Now, if explosives were involved, yes. Yes, explosives were allegedly involved. Here's my problem with this. The software that they are using, I could potentially, because this is definitely software I have seen security and police officers and probably also sheriffs use. Okay? My problem with this, I think this right here, this is kind of a problem to me. I don't know why, it just feels like it's definitely out of place seeing the little typing symbol here. But like, anybody can write this. All right? I could write this. Listen, I could write it better. Personally, I could write this report right here. All right? I could make up a whole bunch of random ass shit and then throw this on here. All right? There is nothing. All right? There is nothing here that would be able to keep that from happening. All right? All right? I could literally, I don't want to do it right now because like my brain is shot and I don't want to write up a fake report. But like, anybody can write this. The amount of typos and inconsistencies, like they mentioned building up here, the building number up here, but then the building number is wrong down here, and then they also just there is a problem here. There's no proofreading. Things are wrong and you're not consistent. One of the things that like here's the thing. If you're not consistent with your report writing, they reject it. They will reject reports. I have had to rewrite a report because it was inconsistent. All right? It's back in my early days doing security. So if your report is sloppy and you're getting things wrong or you're doing things wrong, because you have to imagine, reports like this are written with the idea that maybe somebody in the court system will read it one day. And because that's what it's for. It is basically a court document or evidence for a court document should the need arise. So there's a lot of shit on the police force in general that's not perfect. This is something that has to be perfect. This is why most police hate doing paperwork, is because this right here, people hate doing this. I did too, because it has to be perfect. Because it could be used in court. There are so many. There's a lot of inconsistencies or just like things that are incorrect or wrong. Like again, the building here, like if you're gonna use it like this, you can't do it like this, or you have to basically add henceforth as a thing in here. At least that's how I was taught. Even if the report is true, what does it prove? That is another thing. That's a good question. If it is true. And I'm going to be honest with you, for the Mitch guy, he really does not. I would not want this to be true. Excuse me. Because if this is true, I don't know why Candace wants it to be true so much. But if it is true, all it sounds like is that this guy is a raving lunatic that brought a bag that he should not have brought onto an army base. Thank you for being a member for 2 months. I appreciate it. All right. He brought a bag onto base that he should not have. And they thought it was a bomb for some reason. That doesn't inspire confidence, Candace, in your guy with me. All right. All that sounds like is they caught a crazy guy that walked onto your base.
Thank you, user, for the follow.
Thank you for the follow. All this is they caught a crazy guy that was on base. They called the bomb squad because they were afraid he had a bomb. I don't think you want that to like be a thing. All right. I would definitely like be shitting bricks if that were like my guy, basically. Thank you for the spinning hippo. I appreciate that. I don't know why super stickers don't like make fanfare like super chats do. Hopefully they fix that. But thank you for that. I appreciate that. So yeah, either the guy is a total lunatic that got onto the army base, and I can believe that he potentially did because he was part of the army. He probably has some form of clearance. But he got onto the base and they like reacted probably normally to this guy, or it's a fucking lie. I don't think it looks good either way. Now, in addition to this, that she claims, all right, she claims that this is like somehow proof. All right. Ooh, what's this? Oh, you can edit. I forgot that Twitter added that new thing. We'll talk about that tomorrow, by the way. All right. She claims that this is like a big takedown of all of the people. Well, this guy right here, he is an actual Green Beret, something that Mitch actually wanted to be. He runs a show, I guess, and during this show, he reveals some very interesting things about this guy, allegedly, that you might be interested. I listened to this, by the way. I got way pissed off. All right. I got way pissed off. And do you want to know why I am way pissed off, chat? You need to remember, Candace Owens brought this guy on her show, touted him as a victim of the government, which technically everybody is, and set up a GoFundMe for him that at this moment I believe is at nearly $140,000. Okay? So she brings on this guy who turns out to be a fraud. And there is a GoFundMe right now for $140,000 with his name on it. Excuse me, her name, but it is for him. Okay? Let's find out, allegedly, what kind of guy he really is.
I want to give you guys an update of what's been going on in the last couple of days. So over the last few days, I have spent 2.5 hours on the phone with Mitchell Snow himself. I have talked to 3 of his ex-wives. I have talked to 3 estranged children. I've looked through...
Not a strong start. 3 ex-wives and estranged children. 3 estranged wives, allegedly, and 3 estranged children.
Many court documents. I've looked through his military records, which are still getting verified by USASOC. The more information I find out about this guy, the bigger of a monster he genuinely is. And I say that objectively. Forget about whether or not what he's saying is true. What is going on with this guy is he's one of the most despicable people that I've ever seen. He has...
That is quite the indictment to make on an individual. Quite the indictment.
Domestic violence charges.
Allegedly he's got domestic violence charges. Candace, you brought on a guy. And again, this guy's got $140,000 waiting for him.
He has not paid child support for...
You know, maybe the $140,000 can go towards child support.
So far, any of the children that I know he has. He went so far as that I actually got a call this morning out of the blue. Come to find out it was one of his ex-wives. And I can tell you the story that she told me about how he didn't pay child support forever. And at some point in time, several years after the divorce, she hadn't heard from him forever. The state of Washington actually found an account that he had, and they garnished his wages. This guy had the audacity to call her up and demand.
Man runs away from his wife. The government has to find his bank account so that they can garnish his wages so that they can get payment for him. You know, giving her kids.
That money back. So that's the kind of person that we're dealing with. I will tell you this, on Friday, Nate and Jesse on Fire are going to release some information. I believe that is going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 Pacific. On Saturday, I'm going to be releasing additional information, and I will have one of his relatives on, and he will give an account of what's going on, and we may have additional people. This is going to, we're going to put this to bed. We're going to put this to bed hardcore. What he said happened, didn't happen in many regards. From whatever we're talking about when it comes to the cartels, everything down the border, and we're going to provide definitive eyewitness proof. We're going to provide additional records. We're going to provide the fact that he has lied multiple times on different podcasts. I went through his records. I know what he has as far as military, even what he's claiming. He sent me his DD-214. All right, we're still getting that verified. But there's a lot of things that he claims that happened even in the military that I can tell you, based on his records, that is demonstrably false. So there's that.
Yeah, a lot of this is just allegedly. But even if, like, I believe it. Like, I kind of believe it. I kind of want to, like, follow up on this guy to see some of the stuff. But, like, this is insane, man. Again, Candace is allegedly giving a wife beater $140,000. Think how insane that is.
I don't doubt that he was, matter of fact, I'm quite sure he was down at Fort Huachuca. That doesn't mean anything. So far, we have not received proof. And this is the crazy thing about this is, you know, Candace and Mitch claim that he was at Fort Huachuca and claim that they saw Brian Harpole and claim that I don't even know that they claim. The insinuation with Brian Harpole there and Erica Kirk there is that he walked in onto this planning meeting to, you know, assassinate Charlie Kirk. They require no proof that Brian Harpole was there. They just say it, that's it. And then but then they demand proof from Brian Harpole that he isn't there. And then when you give them that proof is not good enough. Tell me that isn't an upside down world. No, the proof should be on the accuser. All right, the burden of...
Agreed. See, what's going on right now is, and if we can get to it tonight, Alex Jones does debunk one of the people that was at Fort Huachuca. It's not good enough because Candace Owens says it's not good enough proof. It's not good enough proof. And she's doing this thing that I really hate it when people do this, where the accuser, which is Candace Owens, and this Mitch guy, okay, they are accusing with no proof. They're just saying it happened, and it's up to the accused to disprove it, which is, by the way, not how it works in the court of law. It's up to you to overwhelmingly, it's up to the accuser. It's up to the accuser, and they don't show anything. Period.
Proof needs to be on the accuser. Mitch and Candace should be providing us proof that he was indeed there. You don't accuse somebody of something and then say, hey, you know what? You have to prove to me that you're not guilty. That's not how this works. That's craziness. And then no matter what proof we give them, we give them the itinerary,
there it goes.
We give them additional information to support that. Like, and here's the challenge with that, folks, is like, I don't have any of my boarding passes. Like, I was looking that up. I'm like, these are electronic now. They go into your app and they say, to definitively prove, and this is coming, to definitively prove somebody was on a flight at this point without, I don't know, something that you weren't pre-planning to have to do. It's going to take court order. You're going to have to subpoena records.
Yeah, so what's going on right now is they're asking for his boarding passes to say that this guy that they're alleging was part of this plot, okay? They're asking for his boarding pass, something that a lot of people I don't think keep these days. I don't ever have, like, the last time I had a boarding pass for anything was when I was a missionary and I traveled to the state that I needed to go to. That was the last time I had a physical boarding pass. It was over a decade ago. Actually, I can't. Never mind. But it's just like, that's the last time I kept a physical boarding pass. And these people are like, oh, you need a boarding pass to prove that you were actually there. It's getting to the point where they're gonna have to subpoena the airport for information to prove that he was where he was. That is absolutely insane to me. Thank you for the 2. Occo is a French asset trying to discredit her. You know it. You know it.
And trust me, that's coming. All right. There was also other people on the flight with him. I can tell you his fiance brought him to the airport. I can tell you that I've seen the parking ticket from his fiance that was in his fiance's name. We don't want to put that out because we don't want to give her name away. So I have additional information that has PII, all right, that would violate people's privacy that's already been violated. But the point here is that that shouldn't even happen. All right, we should be demanding proof that Brian Harpole was there. Another crazy thing that I've seen, and we're going to talk more about this.
Again, when you have an insane woman, brings on insane wife beater men, allegedly, it doesn't matter to them. They want you to prove it. Instead, when they're the accusers.
This little document here in just a second is when you look at the time discrepancies that are in this document. And, you know, one of the things somebody was like, well, he was being interrogated for 7 hours. Well, how do you know that? Well, you didn't see his testimony? He said it. Okay, when has that been good enough for Candace or any of her followers when it came to TPUSA? TPUSA is...
It's a good point. TPUSA has come out multiple times and said, hey, based on testimony, that our testimony is that this didn't happen. And she's like, that's not good enough. But when it comes to Mitch, if he says it happened, it definitely happened.
Continue to say, hey, we weren't involved in this. That's not good enough. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. The amount of hypocrisy and double standards that they have when it comes to this entire thing is insane. It makes zero sense. So she doesn't have any burden of proof whatsoever. Everybody around her has to prove that they're not in on a murder, but she doesn't have to prove that they are. She can just accuse people, smear them, destroy their lives, and then like, okay, look, I'll stop if you just, give me proof that you weren't involved in this murder. It's bizarro world.
Indeed. I like this guy. I think I'm going to subscribe to him and listen to more of his stuff. Okay, I think I'm going to. I do follow him on Twitter now, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see more of her just like crumbling down. The thing that's really bizarre about this is some of the stuff with her is so easy. It's so easy to just point it out and say, listen, this is retarded. This is dumb. Okay? It's so easy to figure that out. But like, there's so many people that refuse to look because they're afraid, and it leads to shit like this, So it gets really sad and it just hurts. It just hurts, in my personal opinion. Because again, okay, the thing that bothers me the most about this, it goes all the way back to fucking Charlie Kirk. This is all over Charlie Kirk. Thank you for the 20.
The landlords have been tipped $20 by @InternetSinMaster8952 a Hassan disrespecter. Jits got our Christmas Eve mass. On behalf of the landlords and chat, Merry Christmas, Occo.
Thank you, Internet
Also,
Master.
Alex Demons and Lizard People are real. Jones is going to be debunking Candace Owens? What is this timeline?
Yes. So, we're not going to get to watch all of this tonight. There's multiple Alex Jones segments I wish to play. Alright? Multiple. Multiple. We're only going to play the first one. We're only going to play the first one here. All right. It's like 40 minutes long. And it is a brief overview of everything. Okay. And while we do that, sorry. While we do that, I think we'll play a little bit of Arc Raiders, you know? And we will be bringing on Mizu and Ava in about 45 minutes. But I do wanna like share this with you. What we're gonna do is I need to start prepping. I need to prep. Thank you for the
Fendale
for the
Ghost
5.
Wolf send $4.99 for more hats. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, good sir. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I hope you're having a good one. Still got a couple hours for me, but you know. So give me one moment here while I bring this up. Okay.
VTuber.
Oh, I'll wait. Hey, it's been a while since I heard that one.
MILF avatar.
At Old Chump Kringle tipped Octopus Mommy MILF $9.99.
Very much appreciated.
Alex Jones has been right about something's also Merry
Very
Christmas.
true. Very, very true. Okay. Is this starting up? It is. Breaking. This is, by the way, on the Alex Jones Twitter account. Alex Jones issues an emergency message to Candace Owens after she launched a new grand hysteria implicating the U.S. military days after of her Egyptian plane narrative collapsed. In this key report, Alex Jones agrees with Candace that there is a clear cover-up taking place around the assassination of Charlie Kirk, that he believes that she's being fed disinformation in order to discredit any future private or public investigation. And you know what? I kind of believe that too. I believe that there are people that are trying to sow hysteria, and they are using Candace Owens, a very clearly mentally stunted woman, in order to make that happen. Okay, I believe that that they are using a woman. Okay, it's like using a retarded person. It's very sad when somebody does it, so you condemn it. But they are very clearly using somebody that doesn't know what she's doing, and it's destabilizing like any real investigation. Now the question is who is doing that and why? No idea. All I know is I can believe this. All right. If you believe this, chat, let me know. But like, I can believe that somebody is feeding her disinformation. But oh my gosh, why is this taking forever to load? Calling blank woman mentally stunted is racist. Well, I don't think that she's mentally stunted for that reason. Thank you very much. And if you think that, maybe you're the racist one. He says as he's eating fried chicken. What? What is going on with... If I don't get to play Arc Raiders tonight, I'm going to be mad. Oh, I'm sad. Hold on a moment. Give me a moment. Hold on. Just want to point out Hassan donated to her. He did. Seems having issues. Hold on. We'll see. A lot of games are affected. AWS keeps going down. Well, I'm sad. If we can't play Arc Raiders tonight, I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be really sad. I mean, we'll find something else to do, but I'll be really sad. Because I wanted to play Arc Raiders with my friends. I bought it for Ava specifically so we could play it together. We'll see. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. I can't play Fortnite or any games. There's a cover-up for some kind. Yeah. Current narrative contradicts logic. Don't know about Macron assassinating Charlie in person, but yeah, that's the other thing. It's just like, yeah, I believe that I can definitely believe that something is fucked up going on. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I do like some conspiracies. And this is one of those ones where it's just like, I don't even like it because I don't even like the conspiracy theory of what actually happened to Charlie Kirk because it's been muddied by people like Candace Owens. Yep, can't log in. Well, that sucks. Welp, that sucks. Okay. Well, that's not what I wanted. That's definitely not what I wanted. Alright, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, chat. When I come back, we'll figure something else out. So, give me a moment. Once I come back, we'll figure it out. Apparently, Mizu can get in. But, so I guess I'll just keep trying to connect until it gets me in. But, let me use the restroom, and then we'll figure it out. All right, Mizu told me that he's now also struggling. Give me a moment. Oh my gosh. Yep, AWS. AWS has gotten quite a lot of reports within the last 24 hours. Within the last hour, it looks like. Yep, AWS is down. Look at that. Look at that, chat. Look at that. Gone up to 3,200 reports. So, we might not get to play games tonight.
The landlords have been tipped $10 by @InternetSin Master 8952 a Hassan disrespecter. I blame the Karaman obviously messing up AWS. Again, and Steam, on the orders of Nevan-led Mossad, specifically to spite Oppo, Mizu, and Diva. Makes as much sense as anything Candace has said lately.
I'm gonna send that to Mizu.
At Old Champ Pringle discovered Mom has milkers and gave $4.99. Stream better not be down. I have food games to gift. Angry face emoji.
I don't think Steam. I don't know if Steam is struggling or what, but I'm upset because like I really wanted to play Arc Raiders tonight. Man, on Christmas Eve too. On Christmas Eve. Can't play anything on Steam? Is Steam just dying, period? Can I play... Can I play Warframe? Any updates on Medicare? I've heard that he's been properly diagnosed, allegedly. And now that he's been properly diagnosed, it's possible that he'll get treatment for his cancer AIDS. Allegedly. Warframe works? Okay. Playing Tarkov on Steam? I'm sad then. All right, well, here's what we'll do. Enjoy Christmas spirit with homies. Marvel Rivals works. I guess we're figuring out what games don't use AWS right now then. Let's see. Are people reporting Steam as being down? Try Fortnite? No, thank you. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that it's AWS. Wait, let's see. Steam issues not related to AWS. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Have I tried to smear lard on your PC? I thought about it.
From MommaOcco.
At Vandale Ghost Wolf send $4.99 for more hats. Santa must have hit a satellite again. Damn drunk Santa.
Oh. Oh well. We'll just start listening to this. Okay? We're gonna start listening to this. Oh, jeez. And we'll figure it out.
I am seriously concerned for Candace Owens. What I'm about to reveal, what I'm about to break down, comes from a place of love. Please, watch this report and do your own research. And Candace, please, think about what I'm about to say and what I'm about to reveal before you dig this hole much further.
I can confirm on this podcast live.
Oh, you know, again, man's kind of crazy. All right, just a little bit. I like that though.
Every step of your story in terms of where you went, what time you were there, that there was this big meeting that happened. I confirmed the location with other people that are on Fort Huachuca currently. I can confirm everything with metadata. I obviously can't confirm that you saw who you say you saw. If you had to put it at a percentage that you saw Brian Harpole, what percentage would you put it at?
95.
95%. Okay.
95 to 99. I mean, I lures me to the garage that she pre-set up to be like a little prison. You know, she broke the garage doors.
Oh, my theory is that Candace thinks this. My theory is that Candace is the cover-up. Maybe. That would be funny if it were the case. Steam isn't entirely down. I'm currently downloading updates to games. It might just be Steam servers that allow for people to play video games together. It very well could be possible that the The archive areas that keep all of the games stored are not down, but the area that allows you to play multiplayer is down. I am not, because those are obviously different servers. In my understanding is those are completely different servers. Should be at the very least. I'm currently talking with Ava and Mizu, seeing what we're gonna do, because like if it's not gonna work, we got to figure out something else. We're gonna figure out something else.
Hoarded stuff was stacked against the windows and the other doors, and she lured me in there and attacked me. Hit me with a hammer and, break my thumbs, my feet, back of my skull. Eventually, I was hearing my son cry. I was worried about him, having her maul him with the dogs again. And she had done that multiple times. He had been hurt really bad. So when I heard him crying, I used the hammer to go ahead and break the door handle, pulled on my arm while I was holding the phone, dislocated my arm. That's actually one of the surgeries. I'm still recovering from getting surgeries from it. I saw there was already cops there. They were sitting on the corner at the mosque.
So I think this is Alex Jones showing this guy talking about his injuries.
Road and Van Giesen out there.
Minecraft? I would, but I don't even I have zero drive for Minecraft. I have zero drive for Minecraft right now, I'll be honest with you.
Benton City, not far from our house, like 400 feet from our house, I could see them. And they weren't.
Holy cow. Sorry, I'm eating dinner in in between this. I just got nothing but skin. I'm kind of upset by that because I wanted the chicken. Oh, gosh. All right, we're going to continue here. Also, hello, Templar.
Coming over, they were just sitting out there outside of their cars talking and chatting with each other.
It's been an amazing trip. And most of all, it's the people that I've gotten to meet and hear their stories. It's absolutely fantastic. This has been a wonderful experience.
I want you to meet a man named Mitch Snow. He's very, very interesting. He is the new Egyptian planes. We're supposed to move on from the Egyptian planes that were the key to everything up until just about 4 or 5 days ago to Mitch Snow.
Power World? I don't have Power World installed, I don't think. I don't think I have it installed.
This is the key to everything. Now, I want to be very clear. I've known Candace Owens since she first showed up at the political scene. I've always liked her. One of the first people to ever interview her. I have admired her, been friends with her. She's on our promos, for my own broadcast. And since we've seen the whole saga and the tragedy of Charlie Kirk's assassination back in September 10th of this year, it has turned into just a huge black hole issue, sucking everything into it. And so I've been forced to go study the different stories.
I'm going to be honest, it's very racist of him to say. Black hole.
And claims and things that she's been getting into. And I've held my tongue with everybody asking me on air at the grocery store, at church, and my family about what I thought until the last week because I hadn't done a deep study of it all. I knew about a lot of the pieces, but still had a lot of other things I was dealing with and covering. And so then I just started doing a deep dive in the last few weeks. And I focused on a lot of big pieces of it, but first off was the Egyptian planes. And right as I'm already doing the research and others are doing the research, a researcher goes and gets the flight data, actually buys the professional grade, puts out the fact that 66% of the time she said these planes were in the United States, they were another continent. And the other 60% of the time.
See, I haven't read this stuff because in my personal opinion, the Egyptian plane stuff sounded so retarded and out of left field that I just didn't believe Candace on his face. But this is a whole... Oh, I love it. Oh, fuck. All of the time that she was talking about these planes, they weren't even where she said they were.
They weren't matched up to where she was. And then Candace came out a few days ago and said, yeah, she got some of that wrong. And then, of course...
Oh, she was forced to admit it was wrong. Oh, my gosh.
She met with Erica Kirk and thought things might be better.
Another round of debunking the Egyptian planes. I want to be very clear. We discussed the Egyptian planes, and I have since worked on incredible documents about the Egyptian planes, which we are going to put up on our website because I realized that when we shared that spreadsheet, people assumed that one of the columns, which was actually saying where the planes landed on that day, because it was plus or minus 3 days, was exactly where Erica had been on that day, and that was inaccurate. And so for clarity, I had been working on the last week on turning it into an interactive timeline that we can put up on our website, because I'm certain that these Egyptian planes are incredibly shady, and that they were in fact tracking Turning Point USA, Faith, broader events. Of course, Erica was at some of them, Charlie was at some of them, but it is the pattern here is undeniable. So let the naysayers and people make videos trying to, what are we, fifth round debunk these planes.
And then all of a sudden, she fires up this letter she gets from this person that says they were medic of special forces. And according to Grok, that's true. But he was also in the witness protection program and stalked and had all this family violence against him. But Grok says it's the other way around, and that no evidence of him in witness protection. And in the years he says he's...
Listen, I don't trust Grok worth a shit for anything, because Grok only takes the information that it has presented to it. And sometimes that information can be lackluster because it's not archived correctly. Excuse me. So if Grok has incorrectly archived things, then I can believe that Grok is just wrong. That's why I don't trust any AIs for anything. I always do my own research, even if I ask a simple question. Well, it depends on the question. It really does depend on the question. If I have, I won't go to Grok because I just go to Google first. But like, if I have a simple question about, like, you know, maybe server stuff, I'll ask that, and then I will turn to literally turn to secondary research because I don't trust AIs. Just saying, I don't trust AIs.
Witness protection. He's out on paid trips to Cancun because of his medical disability. I mean, just looking at him and listening to him makes the hair on the back.
Also, I didn't think I'd have to say it. I'm on nobody's side, by the way. I'm on the side of all of these people are evil. All of these people should burn. All of these people suck ass, and I don't believe that this is going to have any relevancy on any elections. And if you take a side on any of these people, you are the one that's you are the mark, is all I'm going to say, all right? We are on the side of everybody sucks and everybody deserves everybody deserve... What does that mean? What does that mean? It's like, hold on a moment. Hold on. There it is. Let me. All right. Listen. You want to know my side? This is my side, chat.
Now, this might strike some viewers as harsh, but I believe everyone involved in this story should die.
That is the answer. All right? Everybody should die. Nobody, I'm on nobody's side. I am on the side of everybody sucks. What did Alex Jones do to you? Oh, I'm not counting Alex Jones. I think Alex Jones is on his own side. I am counting Erica Kirk, Candace Owens, the Macrons. Just because why not? All of them suck. And all of them deserve to be laughed at. Oh, fuck. So, all of them suck. So if you're curious.
I might actually end up. And then his story of he's in Arizona the day before Charlie Kirk's killed. And he just decides to go to a military base, a restricted one, to see if they've got any files on him. And he gets there and has this whole story.
By the way, if you call your show God's platform, I immediately think you're an antichrist. All right? You can't do that. That is absolutely insane, in my personal opinion. All right? You cannot call yourself God's platform. You cannot do that. That is absolutely insane. Probably a little sacrilege.
It's directed to this building, and there's all these officers. Oh
my God, she's got milkers.
He thinks she's the head of...
At Mercenarix21 discovered mom has milkers and gave $5. You are a man of culture, ACO, going for the Norm Macdonald quote, but you should also attempt him that. The only side I'm on is God's. He knows who.
Yeah, I appreciate first, thank you. I appreciate that. And yes, I would agree. I'm on God's side. All right? If you're on either of these people's sides, I wouldn't trust any of them. None of them.
USA security, but he wasn't sure then. It was later when he saw him on Sean Ryan. And then now he goes on Candace and suddenly says, I also saw, he's 99% sure, Erica Kirk.
That person matches who I saw at Fort Huachuca in the lobby the night before. And she was with that man in the lobby. And that man, he was present at that meeting the next morning.
If you had to put it at a percentage that you saw that the girl in the ponytail matches the description of Erica Kirk, what percentage would you put that at?
Those are really
Not even worse. That's heretical. You know what? I would agree with you. It is very heretical. Where is where's the yippee? Not free range yippies. I need yippee submitted yippies. Let's see. Can I find me the Primark yippee? All right. I forget that you guys make a lot of silly yippies. The fat yippee is really hilarious and silly, by the way. By the way, if you haven't joined my Discord so that you can like partake in all of the yippiness, it's not in there. Interesting. But no, chat, I think that Candace Owens is sacrilege.
The landlords have been tipped $10 by at Project Libertad Hassan Disrespecter. Merry Christmas,
Merry
Land.
Christmas.
This is my last super chat before I go to Japan and fight a bunch of Njits,
That works
black
too.
dudes and unicorns that are mad at me for the Art of Hololive tubers I made.
You'll have to show it to me. If you made people mad, I kind of want to see it. All right, Candace, we are summoning the Emperor Yippee. She is going to take you out. You are a heretic, woman. You are a heretic against God, and we have to take you out. We have to take you out. All right. We won't use French people to do it. we won't use French people to do it. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Tape. We're not going to use French people. We're going to use the Emperor Yippee and her Primark Yippee. We're going to take you out. Because you're...
The landlords have been tipped $20
You're glowing too much. Thank you for the 20.
Hassan Disrespecter. I heard the whole Egyptian planes thing getting covered by Nux. I buried Dino Bones to personally mess with Candace Owens Taku. Alex Jones was being nice on the whole plane thing. Candace plane theory is pure regardation.
Yes, I agree. I agree. All right, we must purge the heretic in Minecraft, obviously. All right, and so the Primark and the Emperor Yippee will take down the heretic Candace Owens, and we will purge her improper rhetoric of calling herself God's chosen show or whatever the fuck she called herself. It's insane, by the way. Absolutely fucking insane. The Horus Yippacy, yes. The Yip heresy. Oh fuck. All right, let's continue. By the way, since we're not doing Arc Raiders tonight because Arc Raiders is blown up, I guess we'll just continue to do this for a little while. I'm sorry, chat. I'm really sorry that happened. I'm upset because I really wanted to play it tonight with Ava. We'll do it tomorrow. I want to say. So we'll do that tomorrow. We'll make up. We're doing that tomorrow. We're just gonna dedicate tonight. All right, we're gonna dedicate tonight to laughing at Candace Owens more. It's becoming a thing. She's become a favorite pastime of mine, chat. I hope you enjoy.
Their eyes. That's 95 to 99%.
So I said, all right, let me go look at this. And Candace again is saying, she's seen the metadata, it's ironclad. She's just not sure if he really saw Erica Kirk. Just like with the planes, it just goes from the Israelis to the Egyptians to the French to the US military. And so before I get into the latest story of the military base and all of this, and somehow involved in killing Kirk, I'm just asking questions. Just remember, I came out 4 or 5 days ago, and so did others, with the flight logs, with the data, and said to Candace, please respond to this. And she didn't come out and say it wasn't true. So her ironclad information on that, well, wasn't that. But now, we move right on to a new controversy. And I was talking to TPUSA the days before they were meeting in Nashville, and I said, either she's being paid by some bad groups to stabilize the Republican Party, which I don't think it is. I think she really believes what she's saying. Or she's had some type of mental breakdown, psychosis,
I believe it can be a mixture of both. I believe she could have had a mental breakdown caused by the death of Charlie Kirk, and I also do believe that she's being paid by a bad actor, probably, that she doesn't even know about. I believe that.
Or she just really believes all of this, but I think is somehow still delusional, because I could go through dozens of the things she's put out and debunk each one. So where is she now on the planes and the ironclad data and all of that? And there's so many other examples of this that we could drill into here. So Candace, I really genuinely care about you, and I really genuinely want to just ask you a question.
I 100% believe this man, by the way. I 100% believe this, okay? I believe that he actually cares about her. I actually think he is really concerned about her right now, all right? I legitimately think so. Is Candace the first black woman locale? Probably not. It depends. It depends.
From MommaOcco.
At Mercenarix21, send $5 for more
Thank you for the
hats.
5.
No, Candace Owens is not paid by a back actor. She is owned by the US military, or her brand is. Her identity is her brand and the military has it.
I don't know, maybe. Maybe. I legitimately do think that she's being paid by somebody to destabilize like an investigation. Pretty effective if that's actually what it is. Santa's above Colombia. Oh, congratulations. If you're in Colombia. Oh, goodness. Let's continue.
Have you seen the videos of Mr. Snow? I mean, have you seen him on podcasts talking about how his wife built a prison for him in the garage?
Okay, I don't know if I believe this, but it'd be kind of funny.
The landlords have been tipped $10 by at Mercenarix21, a Hassan disrespecter. Candace Owens, the real one, is long gone. And it's just a body double. The military's using this person known as Candace Owens to distract us while things are going on in the background.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I think no matter who Candace Owens is right now, I think that the entire thing is insanity. Just insanity.
From MommaOcco.
At Mercenarix21, send $5 for more hats. This is all. Look over here while we do things over there, and you don't see what we're doing until it's time.
I see what you did there. Anyway, let's continue.
And then attacked him and broke both his thumbs and pulled his arm out of socket and mauled their son with a big dog twice. And then the police were outside and wouldn't help him, and they're all part of a conspiracy, and he's in a witness protection program. I mean, if I was just walking down the street and saw somebody talking like this, I'd say that's schizophrenic. And you look at his face, and then you look at the other videos out there of this guy. Okay? And people go, well, he was special forces. Supposedly, maybe, if it's even the right name from Grok. Okay, I know a lot of people in the military that crack up and go nuts. In fact, a larger percentage. Anybody that's been around a lot of vets, they're great people, but they have a higher percentage of serious mental breakdowns and suicide, you name it.
Lures me to the garage that she pre-set up to be like a little prison. She broke the garage doors. Hoarded stuff was stacked against the windows and the other doors. And she lured me in there and attacked me. Hit me with a hammer and, break my thumbs, my feet, back my skull. Eventually I was hearing my son cry. I was worried about him, having her maul him with the dogs again. And she had done that multiple times. He had been hurt really bad. So when I heard him crying, I used the hammer to go ahead and break the door handle, pulled on my arm while I was holding the phone, dislocated my arm. And that's actually one of the surgeries. I'm still recovering from getting surgeries from it.
Sounds like he had some domestic stuff with his woman.
They were sitting on the corner at DeMoss Road and Van Giesen out there, Benton City, not far from our house, like 400 feet from our house. I could see them. And they weren't coming over. They were just sitting out there outside of their cars talking and chatting with each other. And
needless to say, okay, you say you've seen the metadata on Mr. Snow. What's the metadata that he went to a military base and got thrown off?
Metadata, by the way, we still haven't seen. She could just be gone for the holidays, but Candace Owens, please show the metadata. Prove us wrong.
So now that means this is all true. Can we see that metadata? It was the magic metadata. Can we see that information? And then again, he doesn't recognize while he's there the head of USA Security. It's after he sees him on Sean Ryan's show. And All of these leaks continuing on and on and on and on and on and on. And then TPUSA has the flight logs of the people you're talking about in the air and different parts of the country while this is all going on. And I was told that they were getting together all of this proof. I've done research myself to go show you at that 4.5 hour meeting. Because I was talking to them, before the meeting. I knew about the meeting. I obviously didn't announce it. And I was hoping they could go in and show you all these facts on a whole bunch of other issues as well and get you to wake up. I mean, here's an example. They got a compilation of you saying, and people on with you, basically, they wanted to get rid of him. They got rid of him. They stood the game, deeply implying that they had a hand in the killing of Charlie Kirk, TPUSA others. Then you go, that's insane. I never implied that. How dare you? You can watch the compilation. They haven't put it out to be mean, but I guess we'll have to. I mean,
please show it. Please show it. Please show it.
At the end of it, in the compilation, you say, that's ridiculous. I never said anything like that. What are you talking about? So the reality here is, I've studied black ops. I've studied assassination operations from different governments and how the U.S. government does it.
Unironically, I believe him. I believe him. He knows. A face. He knows.
Fletcher Prouty was the main source for Jim Garrison and the JFK assassination investigation that was done an excellent job on. It's been proven to be very accurate. I'm a big JFK guy. Wrote some of the biggest JFK news ever. The secret recordings and all of it about the hit that have been verified. I mean, that's real stuff. 100 million views earlier this year. Just on excellent, getting that out. National news everywhere. I just say that because I've interviewed basically all the assassination experts. Most of them are dead now. But Fletcher Prouty was the head of Black Op regime change political assassinations for the U.S. government. There were only 2 other colonels who even did any of that work. And he wrote books about it, explained how it all worked. But the week before they killed Kennedy, they literally sent him to the Arctic on another mission so he couldn't be there watching what happened. But of course, he still figured it out right when it went on. You have to understand, when someone is going to assassinate someone politically at this level,
Cat.
It is extremely compartmentalized.
Cat. I didn't know he had a cat.
It is on a need-to-know basis.
You know what? Alex Jones is way more human to me. He has a cat. He has a big fluffy cat. That's awesome. I love that. I love that he has a big fluffy cat. I want to know the name of his big fluffy cat.
And you don't have big, giant public meetings on basis by public, a whole bunch of military and a whole bunch of people, and they call in Erica Kirk and they call in the head of security, and they're all there in these big giant powwows doing all this. Plus, it's Charlie Kirk helping get Trump elected, getting millions of people signed up to vote. Trump has to be innocent until proven guilty, but we're not even talking about the left that wanted him dead, the left that celebrated his death. And you got Kash Patel.
Oh my gosh, so I Googled this. I guess during the Sandy Hook stuff, he claimed that the authorities were trying to take his cat away because they claimed it was an asset. Oh my gosh. It says that he has a ragdoll cat named Mushu. That's adorable. But apparently, during the defamation lawsuit, he alleged that they were trying to take away his cat. And it's because he listed the cat as a household possession. Oh, that's kind of sad. I'm going to be real with you. I don't think I would list a cat as a household possession, not gonna lie. Probably wouldn't. But the cat's name is allegedly Mushu. That's adorable. I like it. I like his cat. His cat is adorable.
I've confirmed people in the White House when this happened, yelling at Tulsi Gabbard whenever she had the intelligence of domestic groups being involved, the 10 trannies in the days before saying he'll be dead when he comes here.
That's screwed up. Yeah, don't list your cat as an asset. Just list your cat as your buddy. List it as a buddy. You know what's funny? There is a court case going on right now where a woman is trying to claim her cat is a dependent. Thank you for the follow. A woman is trying to claim that her pet is a dependent. All right. And so it might go to the Supreme Court. And if it goes to the Supreme Court and they rule on it in her favor, you might actually get pets being dependents. And if that actually happens, I am not happy about that. If like she actually does that, you're gonna see a lot of people getting pets just to claim as a dependent. Which I don't know how I feel about that. Thank you, Mercenary, for the 5. I can tell you I know exactly why the thing didn't read it out. It's because you put a word in there that the thing doesn't like. But I'll read it anyway. Oh, Ragdoll, I thought this was a main a Maine Coon cat. Still, Maine Combs are some of the sweetest you could ever get and biggest. Yeah, she's big fluffy looking cat. Get a dog. The crazy lady with 40 cats becomes rich overnight. Yeah. Yeah, if that actually like goes through the court and wins, you're gonna see a lot of people. A lot of people. Oh, thank you for the video. Oh my gosh. Look at him with his cat.
Okay, so this is not a joke. This is real, and this really happened. And I just got home tonight with my family, so my wife's shooting this video. I'm in a bankruptcy hearing, personal and corporate for InfoWars. And oh my God, she's got milk.
Look at the cat.
At Internet's in Master 8952 discovered mom has milkers and gave $5. A pet is a pet. A pet is not a child.
No, you're right. I agree. But people are currently in court litigating right now if the pet can be counted as a dependent. Look at the cat. We don't need to listen to this video. It's a cute cat. Adorable cat. I kind of just want an Alex Jones yippee with a cat on its head now. Alex Jones yippee is like a bald yippee with a beard. And he's got a big fluffy cat on his head.
A few days. And the day before saying, he'll be dead tomorrow. And then that day he's killed, see, we told you. Or the guy down front saying, I shot him. And he says, I did it so the shooter can get away. And then Tyler Robinson saying he did it and wearing his trans flag tie and looking so damn evil and satisfied in court. That made it so much more clear that my gut that he's involved may have had help. But obviously he had people that were aware of it beforehand. So I could just go on and on and on with this, but you need to come to grips with the fact that Erica, Kurt, and all these people at TPUSA are real human beings. And they have lives.
Yeah.
And just because Erica Kirk's got her act together, it looks good.
Yeah.
And gave great speeches after her husband's killed.
milkers.
At Mercenarix 21 discovered mom has milkers and gave $5. No, a pet is not a pet. A pet is family, and if you don't like that, then I don't like you. Remember, they give unconditional love and you should be grateful.
Family, sure. I think we could probably agree with that. Child, I don't know. Heard how they decided that even though he apologized multiple times, he owed the GDP of France at the time after the judge said he didn't give him all the transcripts. I don't want to get into the Alex Jones stuff, mostly because I don't have all the information, but also just because it's a different bag of rocks tonight. All right, we're not looking in the bag of rocks of Alex Jones, looking in the bag of rocks of Candace Owens, and Alex Jones is the one looking in it with us. But let's continue.
Does not mean that it's fake. When you've been in theater your whole life, and when that's what you do, and all those things are big performances, that's making the Republicans cool, rock and roll, then you act professionally after somebody's killed. I would expect someone with her whole background in theater and the rest of it to do that. And so that's just where I'm at. And also see this whole thing, these fake stories put out, that every time TPUSA has an event, that Grindr, the gay hookup website, crashes. And then, of course, there were fake stories about that. And then also...
I heard about that, by the way. You guys know how people joke that the Pizza Hut near the Pentagon gets busy when it's time for them to meet? Allegedly, there was rumors that Grindr crashed on days that TPUSA events happened. No, that's crazy and funny. I might be able to believe it, but it's just funny that gets mentioned by Alex Jones. Oh, Merry Christmas. Well, thank you. Thank you. That's Fuentes and his crew that crashed Grindr. Very true. I believe that. I believe Fed Fuentes crashed Grindr.
If there's a whole city and a website gets so much traffic, you then attribute it to them. Well, you can go to Infowars.com a couple days a week and see giant traffic, millions of visitors, but there's not billions of visitors coming. We're being hack attacked. We're being denial of service attacked. That happens to websites all the time. So if TPUSA is ever having an event and then there's a hack attack, you can blame it on them. And I'm not saying you did that, but I've been to a bunch of TPUSA and I've been behind the scenes. And there's none of that going on. There's not the prostitutes and the gay hookups and the...
He's been to the gay bars.
and the escorts and all this stuff.
Just to say he didn't like it.
And I'm not accusing you of that. I see these disinfo stories come out, and they just show you a graph of one day in Phoenix and say, look, there's a big spike for gay hookups. That's them. And they don't pull back and show you the whole graph of spikes all the time. It's attributed to them to then create this whole thing to kill funding, to kill support, to make Christians think it's not real.
You know what's funny is it kind of isn't. As far as I know, it's not killing funding and support. They have fucking Nicki Minaj on screen with them. Okay? I don't think they're losing support. Maybe they are. I don't know. Kind of hard to measure because literally Charlie Kirk just died and that was like a big thing that pushed them for more support. So I don't think that Candace Owens is like doing that. In fact, if anything, she's just like making it easier for them to make money. You know? So I don't think they're losing money. They're definitely getting themselves smeared by Candace Owens, though.
It's very clear that is a psychological warfare operation from the Democrats to try to cut the legs out from under it. And I had the DOJ and CIA leaks come out and confirm that they said our job is to take him out, starting with Obama, and accelerating through the last 9 years. And Obama was still in control. We've released the receipts, the documents, the witnesses, the depositions, all of it. That's a real story. People are like, well, okay, real proof. We don't want that. We love the speculation.
I think he's talking about intent. No, you're probably right. You're probably right about that. I could believe that. I just that was just a thought I had to get out, you know.
So I've been on the receiving end of the Democrats in the deep state, and I know. So we already showed you a few clips of this guy, but here's some more of him. Oh, it was terrible. My wife took me in the garage. She turned into a prison for me. I'm outside and she takes my keys. So I go back in. Remember, he's a special forces guy. Totally awesome, badass. She takes him in the garage, breaks his thumbs with a hammer, and pulls his arm out of his socket, you know. And the dogs mauled the son twice, but the police won't do anything. And he goes outside.
Thank you, Avenged, by the way, for the 100 kicks. Thank you. I'm here for moral support. Well, I appreciate that.
The deputies won't help him. And I watched hours of this stuff. And I mean, I literally feel my soul being sucked out while I'm watching it.
Eventually, it ended up in a situation where the bank was calling me in about strange transactions, and I was scheduled to go meet him. And she was going through my emails, and she found those messages, knew I was going. And on that morning, she, was loading up the vehicle to go for this meeting. She came out and acting real kind. She took my keys, she took my phone, she went back inside and forced me to go back in and find out what was going on. Lures me to the garage that she pre-set up to be like a little prison. She broke the garage doors. Hoarded stuff was stacked against the windows and the other doors. And she lured me in there and attacked me. Hit me with a hammer and, break my thumbs, my feet, back of my skull.
I want to know the context for this, because again, this guy allegedly has 3 estranged wives and estranged children. If that's true, I am curious about why this all allegedly happened. Crazy stuff. It does sound like more pity party story. And
I got the hammer.
What year was this?
That was 25 June 2016.
So this is how
oh gosh, that was almost 10 years ago. Excuse me, 10 years ago.
long this has been going on. And just so everyone knows, Mitch is still trying to get a divorce. This has been going on almost 10 years. And you're still not divorced. And this is back in 2016. This is crazy.
Yeah. So, she did that. And eventually I was hearing my son cry. I was worried about him, having her maul him with the dogs again. And she had done that multiple times. He had been hurt really bad. So when I heard him crying, I used the hammer to go ahead and break the door handle to get back in, to get to my keys, get my son, get my phone. And, I called for help. I called for dispatch. And, she tried to attack me and she pulled on my arm while I was holding the phone, dislocated my arm. And that's actually one of the surgeries. I'm still recovering from getting surgeries from it. But, I called for help. I called into them. And as I walked outside trying to just get away from her or drag her towards me so she was not, my son doesn't get hurt. I saw there was already cops there. They were sitting on the corner at DeMoss Road and Van Giesen out there at Benton City, not far from our house.
They call them about transactions. They don't do that. If it is, if I don't know. I don't know, honestly. Kind of wonky. It's kind of wonky, in my personal opinion.
400 feet from our house, I could see them, and they weren't coming over. They were just sitting out there outside of their cars, talking and chatting with each other. And
Is this the police department or is this the sheriff department?
It was Benton County Sheriff.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 2 sheriff deputies. One of them, he's been promoted since. So, but yeah, he
Who is that? Yeah, can you say who's been promoted since?
back then it was Deputy Cross Street,
Hmm.
and it was the junior deputy. I can't pronounce his name. Is Schilling or something. He's the one who made the report. Krosky stayed off of it, but Krosky's the one that insisted on arresting me when I went over to him trying to get their attention. And they said they were going to arrest me for domestic violence, and I have lumps on my head. I'm not going to say anything at that point. It's just like, you got to be kidding me.
And this is the guy that says he's the witness protection program and shows no evidence, who's been all over the place going to Cancun during the same period. Because he's getting a free trip because he's a veteran who fell 90 feet and broke all his bones. I mean, it's wild, folks. And I'm afraid that if Candace has had a mental breakdown or goes back and forth into psychosis, every lunatic or every fraudster or every scammer is going to start presenting her with stories. And then that's going to be what this continues. And this is the new QAnon. But the old QAnon was, we're invincible. Trump can't be stopped. Hillary's in Gitmo. They've all been executed. Biden will be executed on January 2021.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Capital steps.
I forgot about that shit. Holy cow.
RFK Jr.'s cousin, JFK Jr. is going to arrive at Dealey Plaza. 1,000 show up. That's all white pill. We're invincible. Everything's fine. 10,000 3D checks. This is ultimate black pill, where everybody and their dog is involved, and all these governments and all these groups. Okay, well then answer the question about the plane data. I remember learning investigations that this were going on about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and having some people I know that know about flight logs, their pilots look at it and saying, yeah, this stuff isn't right, but you need to go buy the actual professional data and see, from the same company. And I'm like, and then I made some calls. Yeah, we've already bought it. There's other researchers have the same findings. Everybody come up with theirs. Anybody can duplicate this, okay? I mean, it's like cuckoo puffs, okay? There's only twice where the plane is actually where she is at one time. And then also, the Israelis are following her to surveil her. You do that with cell phones and signals and all that stuff. And the Israelis are dolled to know that sort of stuff. And also interrogated TV say about, well, who was the cross-eyed guy with the beard that said he worked there and there was vans with stripper poles and Israelis day one say we're Mossad. He goes, yeah, we can't get into that, because NDAs and stuff, because he can sue them. But he said, these people gone public and that's accurate. Went and looked it up. He worked there 2 weeks, many years ago, just knocking on doors and stuff. And then now he can be a big, fancy, famous person. I didn't even know that there were vans with stripper poles. I guess they exist, but I mean, but again, all that stuff blows over. All that stuff gets discredited. Oh, it's a lapel mic gun. No, then it's the street guy in front of him shooting him. No, it's a guy with a camera gun, and it was a bottle of water when we got the HD. He's just unscrewing it. And when the security guy shoots him under his arm, it's a cell phone. They hear the boom. He goes like that. Remember all that? But the most important thing is Tyler.
These are all things I actually haven't heard before. I didn't know people allege that a camera gun shot him. That is... I know that exists, but like, that is crazy. That's crazy.
Robinson, look at him. When he finally turns, he's like, and he's got that die. Show the video, though. He looks evil there, but man, the video makes your skin crawl. And we can show the tie, too. There it is. He's proud of himself. He's arrogant. He likes it. And that's who these people are. This is mind control, folks. I believe he believes he at least pulled the trigger. Was there somebody else there? I mean, look at him. Ooh, look at that. That's evil. Look at that. Back that up. Look at him smiling. He's loving it. He's loving it. He's such a nice young man. There's no way he'd ever. He looks like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, man.
I mean, that's all.
Thank you, Thank you, Alex. That was amazing.
A guy walking down the street, walking by me like that, I'd get out of the way. He's very proud of himself. Look at that satisfaction. Got that same sick satisfaction of the Somali ruling class.
I agree. He does look evil.
Got the same sick satisfaction of Newsom. And look at the lawyers. Huh?
Thank you.
The landlords have been tipped $10 by AdSaxCat5357, a Hassan disrespecter. Hi Occo.
Bless.
Watcher checking in. Nice to see you live.
It's nice to see you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I come to Occo stream to learn a new thing, and I learn camera guns are a thing. Yeah, it's like, I don't think it's like an actual thing. It's something that you got to modify. But yes, people are able to modify cameras to turn them into guns. Oh. Holy shit. I love Alex Jones.
You like it, huh, baby? Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, she's got milkers!
At Internet Cinemaster 8952 discovered mom has milkers and gave
Thank you.
$5. I didn't know there were vans with stripper poles. God bless Alex Jones for the random tangents.
Just ask Atari, he might know the answer.
And why won't Cash Patel go after the 10 people that the 3 days before said he'll be dead? 6 of them.
Was that his cat? I think that was his cat.
The day before, and that's in the town. And I learned from high-level sources that Patel, when asked that by TPUSA, said, well, yeah, they knew, but we can't prove they were in on it. And so we're not going to indict any of them.
That is interesting, by the way. That is very interesting, by the way. Because Alex Jones is like, I do believe that somebody is trying to cover something up, just not the way Candace says it. It is interesting to hear that Cash Patel doesn't want to go after the 10 people that allegedly knew. That is really interesting. It's very, very, very interesting. Okay? And even though I'm not gonna be Candace Owens, I'm not gonna try and point fingers for anything here. But why would he do that? Why wouldn't you, at the very least, if you saw that, not like
Obviously, Occo is a bad example.
bring them
because
in?
it's a lost cause.
At Mercenarix21 tipped $5 to the lost cause. On the Discord DM to you, the Christmas dog says hi. She also is licking my face after she knocks me down on the couch and then cuddles. Show the chat.
Alright, well, since you pays it, I'll show it. This is Mercenary's dog. Blessed Mercenary. Thank you for sharing your dog with me. FBI has twisted priorities. I mean, I could believe that. Again, even though I don't like Candace, I don't believe that the government should be trusted, period. So, you know, I just don't believe that the government should be trusted. But, yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Why would Cash Patel not allow that to happen? I don't know. I don't know. You know? I don't know. Anyway, let's continue. Thank you for sharing your dog. Mushu, Dad, are you okay?
So because they want to limit the investigation, and now because they leave that there, now this vacuum starts. Instead of the people that said he's going to be dead tomorrow. And then when they killed him, saying, see, we told you. And again, the crazy guy down on the ground saying, I shot him. And told cops, so he can get away. And right when the shot goes off, a bunch of the leftists were like cheering, yeah, they already knew. They knew they weren't in danger. Seconds later, the left all knew. That's proven.
How dare you! 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 How dare you!
Jeez.
You're such a monster!
I forgot just how insane the aftermath of that was. Jeez.
Oh my god, she's got
Cameras with guns, yippies with guns.
At
Yes.
Mercenarix21 discovered mom has milkers and gave $5. Sis's dog, I just have her a head pat and meat.
Bless. No, chat, like, unironically, a yippee with a gun is kind of like the turrets from Portal. You open them up and they're just full of bullets. There's no rhyme or reason for the internals. They're just full of bullets.
But no one wants to look at that. Here's another big thing I saw, not just from Candace, from others more intensely, that his new book that he was writing back in July, that's come out now, was nothing to do with Sabbath and that none of that stuff was true. And I never heard Charlie say that stuff because I didn't follow him that closely. He's very prolific. And then I got sent by Pete Santilli hours and hours and hours and hours of speeches of him in the last year saying, I believe it's important to keep the Sunday Sabbath blue laws, which is the New Testament. When I was like 15 in Texas, you couldn't, everything was closed but grocery stores on Sunday, sporting goods stores, everything. So, and then I found him saying the Sabbath thing that Jews say on Friday night. I found him in speeches saying that. And people are like, they're stealing his identity. He never said this, he never did that. He was critical of Israel, but he's a big Christian and Judaism.
And this is where I think a lot more classic conspiracy theorists are going to like point their fingers to. Because again, I think Candace co-opted some of this stuff, which is why it's kind of hard to use. I'm not going to say it out loud because I like what I like my stuff. But a lot of people think, a lot of people are suspicious with how Charlie Kirk like changed up some of his thoughts and opinions and then he ends up dead. A lot of people are like they're putting their thinking hats on. And I don't know what to believe, honestly, but that it is very interesting. It is just interesting. We can glow on we'll glow on that.
There's a major influence on that with the terms and all of it. Christ said, I have come to fulfill the Old Testament and the prophets, not destroy it. Pull the actual quotes. And I'm not saying it's a Jewish faith, but it does come out of Abraham. And Abraham says, the Arabs, you'll be cursed and you'll be blessed, and then out of that. So there is this rabid anti-Jew thing, and I'll criticize Israel all day long. I was exposing all about the USS Liberty when Candace Owens was in elementary school. My point is, I will not sit there and lie about things and say Israel stole its identity because this book came out, and then people misrepresent that the book's 90% about Judaism. I now scanned over a digital version. I found like one or two things in there. So it's lie on top of lie on top of lie. So the more I dig into this, the more crazy it gets. So it's a black hole. Candace, I'm worried about you. I care about you.
Again, you can't say that about Candace Owens. That's very racist.
And you're only digging a hole deeper. Most people 3 weeks ago agreed with you because there are a lot of questions about Charlie. Needs to be investigated. Okay? And it exploded your show. It was already huge. Okay? Now most people think you've gone crazy. And I predicted in the TPUSA, I said, you'll know if after this meeting, she'll probably say, oh, everything's fine, and then she'll double back with some new story. You did it. And then you'll move on to the next one, and the next one, it always has ironclad metadata like the planes. And this guy wandering onto a military base and just stumbling right into the big command base nest where they're planning and all these officers everywhere. I mean, it is, and people that are in the military are watching, listening to this, are saying that obviously none of it works. So it's just wild, absolutely wild. And look, governments do kill people and blame other people. People say, well, why are you setting up double false flags? I do. I didn't used to always say every event was a false flag. It's not true. We know the look of one, and we see the drills that go on around and all the rest of it. So I'm not sure what's going on with Charlie. It needs to be investigated. We need to see cameras in the courtroom for the trial. That's still up in the air. Tyler Robinson. But at the end of the day, Candace Owens needs to respond specifically to her ironclad airplane data, and then she needs to release her metadata, and I have no doubt somebody will create a spreadsheet again of what this guy, Mr. Snowjob, they're at the base. What does that mean? Okay, so these are bold claims, and so bold claims need bold proof. That's wrestling.
I think the thing that's most insane to me is that after all this time, like, because when I first started looking into Candace Owens, I was like, oh, you know, maybe I just need to look for some of this shit that she says. Maybe I'll find some stuff. I have been unable to find damn near anything that this woman alleges. It's just, I have the data. I have the data. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. And it's just like, I don't trust you, bitch. You wanted to dox kids.
Master 8952 discovered mom has milkers and gave $5. I can rationalize the FBI not going after everyone who knew. Not enough evidence to convict, but Kash Patel's incompetence does not help matters.
No, I agree. I agree. Again, I would say that if somebody says, oh man, this guy's gonna die tomorrow, and then they die, I would immediately be like, can I talk to you? If you've got nothing to hide, then it should, like again, as a guy who, you know, did security, my job was investigating shit. Literally, the first thing that they tell you when you start becoming security is your job is to report. That is your job. Your job is not to arrest people. Your job is not to frisk people. You know, they tell you that is a last resort that you do with the supervision of police officers often. But like, as a security guard, your job is to observe and report. You know? So, if I observe that somebody says something and then something happens, I'm like, you know, I kind of want to talk to them about that. Because that's weird, man. You know, and maybe they just got lucky. So morbid luck in my personal opinion. But I really don't like that I really don't like how close they were on that. And I would prefer that we like talk to them about that. You know? That's my thought process. That is just, I don't know. I don't know what you guys think, but like, I'm just, if I see that, that definitely does like ring my alarm bells.
Stand on this. And again, I can tell I'm going to be forced to actually go over everything ready to tell and show everybody everything ready to tell. And it's not something I want to do, but it is damaging the freedom movement.
I would say maybe
a fog of war where we can't actually get to what's really happened. So I'm just going to ask Candace. Candace, I have a very large audience like you do, and they're very active. We appreciate them. But I would ask you to just spend maybe 10% of the time you spend talking to Mr. Snow and asking why Cash Patel ordered them not to look into the 10 people the 3 days before that said he'll be dead when he comes to the university, including 6 the day before. Please. 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 Because we need to put pressure on Cash Patel and the FBI and ask them why they told Tulsi Gabbard not to investigate and not investigate any foreign connections, which certainly could be there, which they believe they found. So I'm not saying foreign powers can be involved. I'm saying, why aren't we focusing on the real stuff? I broke that White House meeting a month before it came out.
That is interesting. That is it. Feel it. Here's the funny thing, all right? Because I would definitely need to look at his sources as well before I kind of just blindly believe what Alex Jones says. But it kind of is starting to feel like a tale of two conspiracy theorists. It is literally just a tale of two conspiracy theorists. Oh, gosh. And it's kind of funny because the guy that a lot of people consider to be just a little crazy, he's the one that people are... he's the one that people are seeing as the rational one. That's kind of funny. Charlie did the thing you're ultimately forbidden to do. Ask questions. He then gets assassinated the next day. Question is, what was he asking about is my thing. What was Charlie Kirk asking about that made this happen? Excuse me. I trust the mom has milkers. The super chat told me so. Yes, chat. You can trust that because it is very true.
It was in 7 days after Charlie got killed, and I talked to him. It was in the cabinet meeting with J.D. Vance, Cash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard, and others. And Cash Patel came in and said,
"Turn the frogs gay." Very true.
"I don't want you involved in this intelligence. This is our operation." She said, "Congress passed my office after 9/11 to coordinate and to make sure agencies are getting information and are reporting it." And he yelled at her, and then later, a month later, they confirmed it happened. So there's the proof of something. There it is. Why not? Ed, we're not supposed to ever look there. No one will ever touch that. So it's serious.
It does make you wonder why Candace won't touch that, or why there's an aversion to asking those questions. I am interested if Candace would ever ask the problem is that Candace doesn't talk to people. And if she does talk to people, it's people that she likes, basically. And so there is no way to get a straightforward answer about this, ever. Because she's just going to ignore or block people that, she's just going to ignore those people. You know, it's kind of sad because it is a good way to insulate yourself and keep a grift going when all of that goes on. So, you know, is what it is.
All right, that's my basic breakdown. Just not just from an intellectual or political or historical.
That's his basic breakdown. He has another 5 minutes.
Military understanding level, but just watching Mr. Snow makes my skin crawl, and he comes off, in my personal opinion, as a very uncredible person. Let me know what you think and put your
That is a very nice way of saying it, Alex Jones.
tips information below. And Candace, I would love to talk to you about this. People have asked me, why aren't you on the show? I think you came on like 3 or 4 months ago. It was a great interview, and I was supporting you in your situation with the Macrons. And then since then, you told my producers multiple times, oh, I'm too busy, I gotta take care of my children. And that's fine. Then I see you on all these shows, concerts everywhere, which I'm not mad you're not coming on. I'm only saying to the listeners and viewers, hey, why don't you have her on? The offer has been there, and it's extended again. Thank you so much.
So he offered to get this woman on, and she's ignored him. She's using her kids as an excuse. That's bullshit, in my personal opinion. Bullshit. Stop using your kids, woman. Oh, my goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot do this without you. You're the reason we're here. You're our sponsor. You are. I'm challenging all.
Yeah, it is. Okay, we're not gonna watch the 5-minute sponsor there. We're not gonna watch the 5-minute sponsor. Candace has kids. Yes, that's the sad thing is, Candace has kids. Probably the most depressing thing out of all of this. Probably. Now, when did this happen? After she got married. It happened after she got married. Now, we could watch the other videos that Alex Jones did, but it's kind of going over stuff that we've already gone over. And I don't really see the need to, honestly. Unless you guys want me to. If you guys want to watch that stuff, we can. However, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a new poll. Obviously, Alex Jones hasn't gotten the call. A lot. You know what's really sad is a lot of people think that he got the call. A lot of her fans are like, "Oh, Alex Jones got the call, and now he's compromised, and now he's the one that we can't trust." And it's just like, at what point? At what point is everybody compromised? And if everybody, it's like the syndrome meme. If everybody's compromised, nobody is compromised. Hello, Ryan. Oh, Ryan, by the way, if you want to jump in, I think we'll talk about the Epstein files next, if you guys want. If you guys want, we'll talk about the Epstein files finally. I have that, and then I also have maybe some other stuff. Okay, don't shut up, don't coffee Zilla, don't talk just yet. So let me know, do you guys want the Epstein files? I think everybody's talked about the initial release. So instead of like just talking about the initial release and all that other stuff, I think instead we'll talk about some of the funny updates. Because some of the funny updates have been interesting. You know, along the lines of making fun of political people that make stupid choices. I guess the DOJ made some funny stuff happen with the Epstein files, so... if you want to get off the Candace train, the Candace train is leaving the station now, by the way. Because... until she comes back from her break, and stops and starts up again, I think that like her stuff is kind of like winding down just a little bit. So we've got the Epstein files, and not just the Epstein files. I'm gonna have CoffeeZilla explain some of this because I like CoffeeZilla. What's funny about CoffeeZilla is I think that he was initially that, like, I think the funny thing about CoffeeZilla is I think that he is more right-leaning, and I think that this has been a black pill for him, sadly, because I do think that he is a more right-leaning individual. Not just because he lives in Texas, but based off of some of his other beliefs and some of the other stuff around him. And I kind of trust his opinions over it more. There's another guy I watched too. I can't remember his name. I don't know. But I have listened to and appreciated some of his opinions on it. He has massive TDS. I feel like it only got bigger when all of the Epstein stuff happened. He's more left. Maybe I misunderstand him. I don't know. I've just, like, you know, I don't know. I'm very critical of how the Epstein files have been handled because of just how dumb they are, you know? You know, I'm very kind of like bewildered over them. So, you know. I don't know. I've listened to his opinions and I thought his opinions were interesting. Who else did I listen to? There's another guy I listened to that I thought was interesting. Give me one moment. No, don't do that. Upper Echelon. Upper Echelon has also been talking about it. Granted, Upper Echelon I think might have TDS as well. Yeah, I think Upper Echelon is another guy that's talked about it. It's very obvious to me that he hates Donald Trump. He lost it a year ago. That's fair. That's fair. Well, okay. I mean, if it would please the chat, we won't necessarily watch the video. I'll just talk about what I've understood. And maybe you know, you can take it with as big of a grain of salt as possible. But let me kind of like explain what let me explain kind of like my understanding of this, okay? Let me explain my understanding. So there's been some dancing around of the Epstein files for like the past year, basically. And because of that, a lot of people are upset with how it's being handled. Rightly so, you know. And here's the problem that I kind of have. News stories and news cycles don't normally last this long. In fact, comically, unless you are literally a pedophile, news stories typically die within like 1 to 2 weeks. Because of Epstein and everything that's going on with him, he's been a reoccurring problem for the government for the past 12 years. Or 10 years, we'll say. You know, he died, I believe, during Trump's first term. A lot of stuff like kind of like slowly started to trickle out during the Biden term. And now with Trump back in office, it's like a resurface. It's like literally a zombie that is coming out of the ground to try and claim anything that stands in its way, basically.
From MommaOcco.
At Zymaru send $5 for more hats. Hot take, the files are a grift for everyone. People left and right hate certain people and view the files as a potential weapon to wield against them.
I'll get to my thought, but I definitely can agree with that. I definitely 100% can agree with that. But like, the problem I've had is Trump kind of campaigned on, and I do recall this, and maybe my memory is dumb, but I do seem to recall Trump campaigning on transparency And the Epstein files was one of them. Another one was the JFK stuff. And I think at the time, my thought process was, oh, cool. I'm a conspiracy enjoyer. It would really be nice if we could, like, see some of this stuff. However, the problem is, like, in the grand scheme of things, does it really matter, the Epstein files? Well, a lot of people would probably tell you yes, because if your alleged leader's a pedophile, you might not want them in office, if that makes sense. If you figured out that your specific world leader was on Epstein's island and maybe he had something to do with some of the abuse that was going on, I think you would be very behooved to not want them in the cabinet. And you would want him and anybody associated with him/her to be dead, basically. So I do think, unfortunately, for a lot of world leaders, the Epstein files are like this thing that they kind of want to get rid of. Because if they don't get rid of it, it's just going to be a millstone, and I think that it's like very hard to like take it away, basically. You can't just so easily get rid of it, because it's not just like a government thing where everybody in the government's using it to push and pull on each other. A lot of regular people kind of care about it. Again, going back to what I said previously. And so, Trump can't just wave it away. He has to kind of face it head on. Well, kinda is maybe not the right. He's not been facing it head on, in my personal opinion. He's been saying that he'll release the files, then the files are a Democrat hoax in order to make him look bad, and then Congress was forced a bill through that he had to sign, allowing for this stuff to be out there. And there's just a lot of stuff where it's just like, listen, I worry that the longer you prolong this, the more it's going to get attention, and the more people are going to want to look into it, and the more people are going to say, it's weird that you're either part of this or you're protecting other people or whatever. And so my biggest problem has always just been, the longer this goes on, the worse it's going to be for anybody in power. All right? It does not matter who is in power. In my personal opinion, if this was a Democrat, the Democrat would also be doing the exact same thing. All right? Because I know for a fact that it's not just Republicans that might potentially have skeletons on Epstein Island. It's also Democrats. It's also other world leaders potentially that were on this island. So there is no way, shape, or form that that any side, all right, any side wants this out. Nobody wants this out, but they're kind of forced to. And so, the Transparency Act happens. They're supposed to release the documents. And spoiler alert, not all the documents get released. And not only do not all the documents get released, but they end up redacting a lot of stuff that might potentially go against the bill that they had signed that said that they have to release everything. So, and here's the problem. Because in my own personal time, all right, I've looked over stuff. I've studied my own little bit. And do you want to know what I think? I don't think I can believe any of it. I don't think I can believe any of it, all right? You want my grand opinion? I don't think I can't believe it. And I think a rational person, if you sit down and think about it, you're just going to be like, it's not satisfactory. And it has been fucked around with so much that it's not. I've said this a lot. I said this a lot. I'll say it again. It's just not going to be satisfactory. Okay. I legitimately do not think that one, I don't think that what we have here is cool, is like believable. And two, even if it is, there has been so much smoke and mirrors from, again, both sides, in my personal opinion, that it's not going to be satisfactory. You know, I could go my whole life. All right. I could go my whole life and it could be out there and I could have seen it. But because of how broken this whole system has like treated this subject, I just won't believe it. I just won't believe it. And that's the grand that in a way that means that whoever is trying to, I don't care who it is, whether it's Trump, whether it's fucking Democrats, I don't care. All right. At this point, it doesn't matter who it is. At this point, the Epstein files are like not a thing, you know. The general public will never believe it no matter what. Even if you release like a bajillion pages of unredacted stuff, nobody's going to believe it. Nobody whatsoever, you know? Because like, and the thing that's really bizarre is some of the files that were released in this new batch that they allegedly didn't mean to release implicate Trump. And it's just like, I don't believe. I just have a hard time believing. It's just like, I have a problem because of how it's been handled, that both sides equally suck on this. Both sides equally suck. Both sides have been dragging their feet. Both sides don't like this. And then both sides have also tried to use it to try and push the other side. And so I don't really believe anything at this point, you know. If Trump is actually a pedophile, well, he got away with it because I don't believe it. I don't believe any of the files. I'm going to be honest with you. He got away with it. If, all right. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying that if that is actually the truth, he got away with it because like the whole thing is just so broken. It's so broken and so messed up that, and here's the thing, not only did he get away with it, anybody that's on the Democrats get away with it, anybody that's in other countries got away with it. You will never get a satisfying Epstein files, all right? Not even if they poorly redact all of the shit that's on there. Spoiler alert, whoever quote-unquote redacted these quote-unquote files did a shitty job. And, you know, my opinion is really just, there is no satisfaction. There's no satisfying, there's no satisfying ending. None whatsoever, in my personal opinion, you know. So, but that doesn't mean it's going to go away. It doesn't mean it's not going to go away. My opinion is that this is just going to be a millstone that's going to be passed from administration to administration for the next like 100 years or whatever. Oh goodness. But you know, I don't know.
Owens took 3 tip $10.99 to change the EP's batteries. In all honesty, I have fatigue on this subject. Most of info in this latest leaks were already public knowledge. Just wake me up when someone get arrested or wait that too soon to finish that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, I agree. So, you know, I don't know. I just am not satisfied with it. Excuse me. I don't think I ever will be. People want the files to confirm their beliefs? Probably. Maybe for the 2. And the 10 earlier. Excuse me. It's just, you're not ever going to be happy with it, alright? They could AI gen the documents? Probably. Probably. We live in an age where, yeah, that is possible. Very much so, you know? So, you know, I think that unless something massive happens, I won't talk about the Epstein files again. Because I just don't. It's such a distraction, in my personal opinion. It's such a distraction from what actually is out there. And, you know, I do think, excuse me, I'm tired, is what I think. I'm trying to stay up till midnight. But I do think that, for some people, it is like a grift, a distraction, you know. And, you know, people are going to use it to the fullest extent that it is. But, you know, I don't know. I just think that it's not worth it, you know. So unless there is like more shit that is actually worth coming out with, you know, I just don't care. I just don't care. Oh, excuse me. I know I just said I wanted to go for another hour. I am not sure I will be able to, honestly. Let's see here. Do we have roguelike games we could play? Not installed. Anyway, I think what I'm gonna do. We've been going for about 2.5 hours. I feel really bad because I did want to play Arc Raiders tonight, but we're gonna play it tomorrow instead. I think I'm gonna cash in for the night. I think that's what we're gonna do. And tomorrow I will be doing like a Christmas stream where I'll just be chilling. And if you want to come and hang out with me, because like me, you don't have much to do tomorrow, that will be the purpose of the stream. I'll probably start sometime after the noon and we'll go. So I appreciate everybody that came by tonight. You guys have been fantastic. I hope that I've been able to make your Christmas Eve feel just a little bit less uninteresting, if it was uninteresting to you. I hope that you've had a fantastic evening. Go spend some time with your family if you have them. If not, you can spend time with me in the Discord until I fall asleep. Christmas starts in the US in about an hour, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Like the stream? Yes, like the stream. I very much appreciate that. Let's see. I'm all streaming right now. Why not? You guys will get sent to a mall. And tell her all about the crazy black lady that is talking that uses a domestic abuser. Oh right, I forgot she's not on Twitch. I forgot Amal is not on Twitch. I'll send you to Lumi on Twitch. I'll send you to Lumi on Twitch. I think she's like, I don't know what she's doing. She's watching something.
From MommaOcco.
At Mercenarix21 send $5 for more hats. No, Christmas starts on the 24th, not the 25th. He was born at night, unless it can be proven it was past midnight.
Oh, goodness, excuse me. You are correct. Anyway, you guys have a fantastic one. And I will see you tomorrow. Hope that you had a fantastic day. And will she probably banned on Twitch? No, yeah, I'm always banned on Twitch. Anyway, you guys have a good one. You guys have a good one.